All right, guys, we're at our blow dry and thermal curling section. Please blow dry one section of hair and perform one thermal curl. You may begin. I didn't see myself sanitize my hands, so make sure you sanitize your hands. It's that simple to forget, guys, so, but don't stress yourself out over it. It's easy to forget a couple of things, but just have your mind in the right direction going in. Be sure to make sure your curling iron is on when you set and plug it up so it can be heating up. If you fail to do that, you can do the blow dry and get done in time for you to do the curl, and you have a cold a cold curling iron sitting over there. And then you have to wait for it to heat up. That costs you time. You get a neck strip and a hair cutting cape. There was styling cape. It's the same cape, same draping the process that you would use the haircut on, for the haircut. Make sure ain't no tangles. Put it in a position for you to manipulate the hair and do your sectioning. You want to dampen the hair. You're only going to work in one of these sections, so you want to dampen the hair, all over a little bit, so you can break those hydrogen bonds to allow you to manipulate the hair easier, so you can perform your sections. Now here, you don't have to perform a full. You don't have to perform a full 4 section, but you can definitely pin them off out your way and work on one quadrant. They want you to blow dry one quadrant. So it's the same thing if you did a 4 section and then you blow dry one section. So now you want to properly saturate the section that you'll be working on. You don't want to start out with it dry or pretty much mostly dry, because you don't want to try to trick the rater. You just going to do it properly. Make sure the hair is wet, and you don't want it too wet. You don't want it dripping on the floor. So if it starts dripping, you get your towel and you blot the hair. So you don't want to touch the nozzle against the brush, as you see they do in some salons when they blow dry. And you want to keep the blow dry moving from side to side when you blow drying, so that you don't burn the customer with the heat directly concentrated in one spot. That's a safety thing. Okay, now, so you want to blow dry the hair from roots to the mid shaft to the ends. Roots, mid shaft, ends. Okay, that's what they want to see. They want to see you blow dry the hair, starting at the roots. Make sure you keep that blow dry moving when you're close to the scalp. And I did speed this up. That's why I look like I'm moving so fast when I'm shaking side to side. So I'm not really shaking it, blow dry that fast. I speed this up for you guys so you won't get bored. I just want to show you what you're supposed to be doing and what's expected of you. You guys should have already been trained at your barber school on how to perform each one of these services, the technique, and all that. I am giving some tips in here on technique, but this definitely shouldn't be your first rodeo. Just making sure that you know what's expected of you at the exams, and make sure you know how to approach the exam. So as you can see, I'm not rushing. The video was sped up. Now say lift that hair up so you can get up under there. Make sure you don't leave no hair wet up under there, because they're gonna run the hand through it and they'll feel it. Plus, it's best for you to get the hair as dry as possible, especially in the area where you're gonna be doing a thermal curl, because the damper the hair is the harder it's gonna get your curl to hold. So you want to, they'll take off points for this if you don't do this right here. You want to test the iron with a neck strip or a paper towel. Test the heat. Make sure it don't turn brown. They want to see you do this. It's a safety thing, but it is one of the task lines. And then make sure you throw that neck strip in the trash. Don't throw it back on your station. Make sure you discard it by throwing it in the trash. I just noticed that I felt that it wasn't completely dry, so I had to go back in with the blow dryer again. And that's perfectly okay. You can do that in the exam. So I went on and tested curling iron again, so that I can know that it's, and they can know that I'm testing it and keeping the customer safe. What I like to do a lot of times in this area when I come to these exams is right there where the head slopes down at in the front. That's the area where the gravity can pull your curl down. So I like to just take a little section of the front section right there and push it out the way. And I try to put the curl in a more flatter, more stable area where the gravity is not pulling so hard. That's why we're just going to work in that one little area right there and put the curl right there. And that's how you test. Make sure you got the section the right side, the subsection. Make sure it's the right size. As you lift it up, put it to the side, and you compare it to the size of the barrel of the curling iron you're using. It should be close to the size of the barrel of the curling iron that you're using, the thermal iron. Make sure you turn your hand away from you, your thumb away from you if you got your thumb on the lever. Turn it away from you starting out, and you want to establish your base. You turn it away, opposite direction from you. Then you want to go in, you want to what they call establish your base. Right there, you put that heat, you go back down, you put more heat on it, go back down, put more heat. Now that's establishing the base, getting the base hot. And you want to take it all the way up. So you want to take it all the way up to the tips, above the tips, right there. So it won't create any fish hooks. Because if you don't take it all the way up, when you start rolling it, it's going to create a fish hook. The top piece is not going to go curl the same direction. It's going to bend back the other direction. So when it's time to look at your curl, it's going to be what they call a fish hook inside. It's a little piece at the top that'll be going opposite direction, and they look for that in the curl, and they'll take out points. Yeah, make sure like you put that comb under there against that scalp to protect the customer from the heat of the curling iron. Then they'll definitely take out points if you don't do that. I like to hold that curl right there to help me pull that curling iron out. You just barely tap the curling iron, just barely tap it. Get enough to get it open. And if you tap it too much, it's going to open up too wide and break your curler loose. And you got to tap it just enough to open it so you can pull it out on your way out. Okay, we're looking in there. There's no fish hooks. So that's a good curl. Guys, definitely practice these techniques at school or at home. Make sure you know how to perform these techniques. Do a curl. And I'm just showing you what they're looking for. They're looking for that fish hook. They're looking to make sure that you put that comb down before you put that curl all the way against that scalp. Put that comb between that curling iron and that scalp. You want to hold it for like 10 seconds. Then you want to do a half a turn and work your way out. And then you just put your stuff up, wrap the curling iron in the towel so it won't burn anything in the bag. Wrap it in there nice and good. Don't leave no parts of that iron out. Make sure it's all wrapped in the towel. Then you can put it back in the bag safely. Sanitize your hands. And we should have done that at the beginning as well. Up to your wrist, up past your wrist, and raise your hand. Indicate to the rater that you're done. And they'll say, "Thank you, candidate."